Japanese zeros fell, but the enemy numbers were overwhelming. Meanwhile, elsewhere on the island, Kenneth Taylor and George Welch were just returning from an all-night dinner, dance, and poker party. These brave pilots, still in formal dress, raced to a couple of P-41 Warhawks, got them fueled and armed, took off, and quickly found themselves in a real battle. These two pilots caught up with the Japanese close to Pearl Harbor, Lincoln Field, and engaged the Zeros with 30-caliber guns. Taylor and Welch quickly ran out of ammunition, landed at Wheeler Field near the center of guns, refueled with 30 and 50 caliber ammunition, and took off to fight the Japanese again. The two are credited with downing a total of 6 Japanese warplanes before their own planes were disabled. Both pilots received a Distinguished Service Cross for their actions, and from this day, 402 U.S. planes were on the ground at the beginning of this attack that day. 100 destroyed. 159 damaged, and 155 were left on the ground in varying stages of repair. The first wave of 189 Japanese Zeros, Bows, and Pigs hammered Hawaii for an hour and 40 minutes. Then came the second wave of 171 airplanes to continue the strafing by following torpedoes for another 120 minutes. A total of 360 enemy warplanes. As the attack proceeded at Pearl Harbor and Lincoln Field, the devastation was awesome. On the eastern edge of Ford Island, in the center of the harbor, 7 battleships lay at berth. California, Oklahoma, West Virginia, Tennessee, Arizona, and Nevada. The Japanese hit first with big torpedo bombs. The initial wave of Oklahoma, California, Nevada, West Virginia, and Utah. These bases were equipped with special shallow-running torpedoes designed specifically for the attack on Pearl Harbor. You see, the shallow waters of Pearl Harbor would not allow the use of normal, deep-running torpedoes. Then came the Val dive bombs, armed with 7 made for 16-inch battleship guns, but converted to aerial bombs. These planes dived down on the Nevada and Arizona. Anti-aircraft fire veered the valves away from the Nevada, the first wave, but the Arizona wasn't that lucky. A bomb stabbed the Arizona through her forward magazines and exploded, touching on more than 1 million pounds of gunpowder. A sailor on the Nevada watched the Arizona jump up at least 15 to 20 feet in the water and break in two, forever entrapping 1,200 American servicemen underwater too. The ship sank in less than 3 minutes. But the Japanese didn't have it all their way. You see, they made at least two tactical errors. They neglected to destroy the dry docks and the fuel storage facilities. Plus, they did not reckon with the aircraft carriers being out at sea. By sparing dry docks and the fuel depot and the aircraft carriers more quickly than anyone could have expected. Meanwhile, the Bellows Field on the northeast coast of the island, more U.S. Army Air Corps pilots were racing to their P-40s. Just then, Japanese Zeros appeared and started strafing runs. One P-40 pilot was killed as he stepped out of his cockpit. 2 other P-40s were downed just as they got off the ground. Our reenactment this afternoon features Zeros, a Val and a Kate. What you see passing in front of me right now is the Japanese bow, followed by the Japanese kick. Above and to the left, you will see a Zero being chased by a P-36. The men got their airplanes to fight against this overwhelming, devastating attack are to be commended and revered and remembered for their great courage and sacrifice. Without that spirit of patriotism and dedication to the United States of America, the United States could never have rebuilt itself. The flight of 16 B-17s coming from the mainland arrived and are immediately attacked by the Zeros. In the confusion, the B-17s were shot by friend and foe, and the frightened crews landed wherever they could. One in a pineapple field not far from Beacon Field. One B-17 pilot, Richard Landon, trying to land, said, "What a hell of a way to enter a war. Out of gas, unarmed, and no place to land, 8 B-17s actually made it to Beacon Field." At the conclusion of the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, more than half of America's entire naval fleet had been destroyed or damaged. Nearly 2,400 Americans were killed, over 1,200 wounded, and at the time, 960 were missing. 188 aircraft were destroyed, 159 were damaged, and just 155 aircraft were left on the ground. 2 battleships, 3 destroyers, and 2 light cruisers were destroyed. 6 battleships were damaged. Our greatest naval base lay in ruins, along with our complacency. The following day, December 8, 1941, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt announced our entry into World War II with these words to Congress: "The citizens of the United States and the world."
Yesterday, December 7, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. It will be recorded that the distance of Hawaii from Japan makes it obvious that the attack was deliberately planned many days or even weeks ago. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
In the 44 months of fighting that followed, the United States sank every one of the Japanese aircraft carriers, battleships, and cruisers in the Pearl Harbor Task Force. Nagasaki, the city where the special armored busting bombs were made, was destroyed by a U.S. atom bomb on August 9, 1949. And when the Japanese surrender document was signed on September 2nd, among the U.S. warships in Tokyo Bay was the West Virginia. Would you please join me in a moment of silence in memory of all those who lost their lives in that infamous day?